This is That Comic Smell podcast, featuring your hosts,
David Robertson,
Fernando Pons,
Giuseppe Lambertino,
and Tom Stewart, with special guest
Mike Sedakat.
And I wish that I did. Oh, but nothing is forever my girl. See, I'm a dreamer. Oh, for love it is so in the pain. I'm a believer.
No, I've got nothing. That's chocolate.
I'm impressed by that.
You've got them.
No, the cup for me.
That mug is.
That's superb.
My sister was trying to sell it at the car boot sale and it wasn't shifty. I said, that would just do me for tea. I like that amount.
You should have said I would have given you the bigger ones. Every time. I've got bigger ones. I've got
It's not your fault. No.
I've
The
got
reason I
one
brought this is because
Not that
I'm
big.
all coffeeed out today.
That's
And
fair.
I end up having lots of coffee.
You got there?
How's everybody doing then?
Everybody's good.
Mm.
Well, I'm speaking for everybody now.
yeah, he's our leader, supreme.
Representative.
Oh, Lord Trump. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Alright.
How?
I've heard.
It's just unreal.
I'm politicked out.
So tell me, is this a reprint of...
It is, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, to reprint older stuff.
I've obviously read Heartbreak Suit, but
Cheers, man.
yeah,
Right.
halfway
Enjoy
through
it.
the other stories in it at the minute.
Bit of the back is fun.
That's an absolute bargain.
I know.
Different.
I'm just
cannot believe you got this, man.
It's just a shame that there wasn't the other ones as well. It was just them. Like there was no I mean like they
Is
didn't
that
have
new
any
to
other
this
ones at all. No, it's £3, but they didn't have any other ones at all. So it's just them. Yeah, that is good though. 3 of them. Like that.
Yeah. I got them for £3, but it's a shame they didn't have the other one.
Oh.
£3.
Oh, yeah. Who is that yours?
No, I've just got that wee comic.
Mine I got it from Forbidden Planet.
Yeah.
No, it's flattening it out. I wanted to find out about Love and Rockets X. That's the one I heard that was made soon after the Rodney King riots in Los Angeles.
Ah.
It was meant to be a big book on civil rights. It was
just like that.
1993 or 1994. I think 93 it was released.
Yeah.
So, Love and Rockets, Amor y Cohetes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I brought my... This is the reprint of number 1.
That cover, I
Yeah.
remember that when it came out in like Comics Scene magazine. That appeared.
I've
They
zero
show that.
recollection of
I've
ever
seen that.
it.
Well, it was all like early 80s, as you know. But by the time I decided, I was too young for it at that point. So when I was looking into it in the comic shop, they just so happened they were reprinting like the first 10 of them again. So I went and bought them.
Got them at the
But
right
would
time
that have sat in the same kind of... Would that just have been in a regular comic shop?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I just went in and got it.
Would they have been in, like, their own bit? Because I can't recall ever seeing... Maybe...
Well, with it being a
there was
different
only ever
size, you know,
focused in
that would be in its own
Marvel and
bit.
DC, right.
I think it was up on the wall when I remember buying it in the shop I went to. Third print in February 1992.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's quite expensive to get the first one though, first print. But that was great. So I was able to buy them just as a regular comic. So I bought like the first 10 or something, and then I thought I'll continue buying it. So I went and got the new ones. It was like issue 38 or something, and I had no idea what was going on. You know, it was like this jump of years.
I asked about Love and Rockets at the comic shop, and they said they'll be getting some in soon.
Oh yeah. Well, it's restarting in a new number 1 kind of thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Because it had been coming out in those annual books, 1 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're bringing it back as a more magazine size thing.
Yeah.
So that'll be good to see.
Has it not got the first one out already?
It might well be.
Yeah, I thought they started it already.
Yeah, it's either imminent or it's out.
Yeah. There's a couple of people I've heard speaking about it, but that's as far as it goes.
Who's
I would have thought-
publishing it?
Hmm?
Who's
I would assume Fantagraphics, yeah.
Yeah, they've stuck with Fantagraphics.
Yep.
Through the years.
It was only the first one that they did themselves, wasn't it?
Do they regularly sell at Forbidden Planet for that price that you got for?
No, well, there was tons of them that were there.
What was
But
that?
just those three.
Right.
No other ones.
Right.
As I was saying to Andrew just there, I was looking for the other ones just even at the normal £10.
Right.
And they just didn't have any other ones at all. So I don't know if they were maybe just trying to get rid of them because they weren't selling or what. But they just had those three
They had loads of
tons.
them.
Yeah. It's going to be just a backlog so that they can make space for the rest of them to go out or something. But
So they're normally a tenner. That size, yeah.
yeah,
Roughly,
yeah.
You'll find around about 10, 12 pounds.
It's all new to me. Well, not new. I've only read
That edition anyway.
Yeah, I want to say that Amazon's got some of them for like £7-8, so like £1 or so cheaper. But I don't think that's Amazon itself. I think that's like.
I think these editions are good from the point of view you get a lot of the issues together, a lot of the stories in one go, and some of them favor to read them, in one go rather than wait your month or 2 months or however long it would take for a new issue to appear.
Yeah.
Certainly that's that. There's some of the compilation might be better than others. I mean, Heartbreak Soup itself is meant to be one of the, the most important of the stories, or well known anyway. Or it's always been regarded as one of the main ones.
Yeah.
For Love and Rockets,
Palomar.
but Palomar, the other one, yeah.
Was it not Heartbreak Soup that came under fire about 3 years ago because some kid in America checked out of a school library or something? And his mum got a hold of it and said that it was pornography.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It could be.
Mhm.
It could be.
That ended up being that was a big story that made its way around the news. And if I remember rightly, Gilbert Hernandez just found it hilarious. Which I don't really blame him.
Well, to be 3 decades into your career, well established, and everybody knows what you're about, and
Yeah.
if somebody's finds your book and starts going, it's hard to take it seriously.
Well, yeah. It is.
Can one of you knowledgeable gentlemen do like a breakdown, an overview, because
Oh my god.
I'm just kind of confused with Love and Rockets, Palomar.
Well,
what's the
All is Love and Rockets.
Everything's
so
Everything is
that's
Love
like,
and Rockets.
that's like the series.
Okay?
right? So
And
that's the overarching.
And you have
Sorry?
different stories going on, and you have different characters. Now, we're talking about, as they say, 30 years of comics here.
Right.
To give you a breakdown of
Where did
how can we resume Love and Rockets? I would say is a soap opera, and certainly has a lot of elements of soap opera, and a lot of it is based in real stories and real people and real places and experiences by the author. So certainly that's the way it's transmitted. That's the way you feel when you read it.
Did it begin in English or did it begin in Spanish?
It's
or
Polish and English.
Yeah.
They are Mexican family origin, but there's a lot of Spanish things going on there. But the main thing is the story is in English, and there's two of the brothers were the artists, and there's a third one is been involved, kind of
He pops up now and then.
editor, and is doing some stuff.
Gilbert and Jamie are the
Yeah.
ones
Must
that
have.
mainly work on it.
But yeah, it's
and Mario's the third party.
But it's mainly, I would say it's a soap opera of characters, and it started because the first issue with Maggie the Mechanic, one of the first stories, it's a little bit of science fiction, really. But as they were going along,
Brilliant, yeah.
things changed, and the comics themselves became more, I don't know how to say it, maybe perhaps more down to earth, based on the reality, more about sentiments and about situations and real stories and real people. And I mean, there's different backgrounds and different things. There's still some wacky things going on
Yeah, because
along.
I've read that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll find that there's all the
And
wacky things appear every now and
I
then.
really enjoyed it, even though that's the first one I've read, but it was a bit. I didn't know who was who, and it was a bit.
The thing about
future,
Love and
something like that, I
Rockets, the
think,
thing
but-
about Love and Rockets, I think now, if you never read Love and Rockets and you go into it now, it's not accessible. It's not something that you just jump in and you get on. That's fine, because there's so much history behind, and the characters have grown up at the same time as the artists have grown up and the readers have grown up. And so the sensibilities and the way that things are going are different as well.
Right.
I think that's a good attempt.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I think it depends. The stories and how grounded they are depends on who's writing them. Gilbert seems to write a lot of the stuff that tends to be like the kids in Palomar. He seems to do a lot of the more sort of grounded, realistic stories, the kind of biopic stories, if you will, kind of loosely. And Jamie's the one that writes more of the sort of science fiction side and wrote like Made Maggie and.
I believe it's pronounced Jaime.
Jaime.
Okay.
Not Jaime.
Oh,
Jaime.
drama.
No, that would be Catalan though.
Well, yeah,
I thought he was Jamie for about 18
Yeah, I was
years.
going to say that's
until somebody said-
that's my complete ignorance.
No.
No, but that's.
Oh yeah, totally.
I wouldn't have known
Yeah.
unless I lived in.
This was a nice collection that I picked up when I was first getting into it. Short stories.
Yeah, because there seems to be like lots of different kinds of formats to it, and
So this is like Mechanics and 100 Rooms. That was another good one. Early one.
I think that's what makes it more accessible, though, is that it's smaller stories, contained stories. There is a bigger thing going on, but the
Oh,
sort
no,
of
I mean,
smaller
like-
stories that.
actual different presses.
Oh right, okay, right,
You know,
okay.
oh, the
right,
Titan,
I get you.
There's that volume, there's that kind of magazine.
Well, it
there's-
started as the magazine,
Right.
and that ran for like 50 issues, and then
So that kind of oversized British size was how it first started.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a 2000 AD
Yeah.
issue from that time.
yeah, and then they stopped it at issue 50, and then started doing other little series, and then a few years after. It was this next. It was more like a comic book, American comic
Right.
book size, and that ran for a while, and then they changed it to
They've done some of these.
like books one a year. New Love and Rockets new stories. I think
Oh,
it
they
was
did
called.
that.
All right, okay.
That's
And
that's
then
a one-off kind of
Yeah.
thing. Fangraphics.
Oh, was
And
it
then
the thing
this-
that ran for about sort of 16
And these are the
issues?
Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
I was in the.
These are the Titan books.
Is that
version.
that's this one
Right.
here you're thinking of?
It's all
Was that that?
chronologically
Sorry, right, okay. Yeah.
try to put
That's
all
maybe
these
what-
stories
Yeah, that's
right.
maybe what I'm thinking.
together,
That's handy actually.
so you
Yeah,
can
I think
start.
That's what I'm thinking of.
But
These books split up.
Is that the start?
artists.
yeah, you have one brother and
So
Okay.
when you
Some
buy
of the
the
books-
comic,
Yeah.
you get both of them. When you buy these, you can take your pick.
Oh, right.
either Jaime
Pretty
or
much. Yeah. And then now we've got to the
Lost
stage
Rose
where
on
it's
that.
just started again as a
Oh.
new series, Love and Rockets.
Right.
So I guess there's 4 distinct series
Kinda, yeah.
at this point. Yeah. I don't know. The stories themselves, as you mentioned, are so, especially Gilbert's stuff. It's all over the place. It's like it's in the past, the future. It's here, it's there. A lot of characters that you, and especially since it started coming out annually. I mean, I read them and I can't remember where the hell I am or what's been going on, but I just enjoy them anyway. I stopped worrying about it years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I still enjoyed it, even though
Yeah, it's
I
good.
didn't know much about it. There was still the self-contained stories that I could understand were really enjoyable. When I began that issue 2, that magazine that shop that time, yeah, I stopped a few pages into that mechanics just because I wasn't able. I didn't know what were going on, and
Right.
and then I was reading something else, and then I was meant to go back to it, and then I never did. But
Okay.
I found that volume a lot. I wasn't able to get a lot of it, but then there was a lot of it that I could get. rather than reading an issue where I'd maybe not understand anything. You know,
Okay.
that's the good thing that I found about the comic.
So when you had a big book of it, you were able to.
Keep going through it,
Yeah,
because I was like, oh, you know, well, stuff will explain itself. Maybe these characters and.
But there's also connections with the books.
Yeah.
You know, when they split in this edition, like that, as Dave said, they split the artists. There are connections as well. As you're reading along the long story, there are connections
So you're
always.
supposed to like
You can.
do
Both.
Yeah.
So they're running parallel.
Yeah.
In their own way.
Lifetimes in their own way.
Yeah, I mean,
Two
some of them are science fiction stories. Some of them goes to the future. Like in the first Maggie the Mechanic, there was like
Yeah, she's got
Talking to
floating bikes.
floating bikes and
That's
things
right,
like that.
Yeah.
And
There's that wee devil guy that walks about with like the bunny ears.
Yeah.
Horns
So kind
and
of-
stuff like that. You know. But they're all
8 to 11, and then the spaceships and
but none of
all the
them.
things are going on, you know. So there's, but yeah, that's the first book, Maggie the Mechanic, and that's Jaime.
I've got to say, I did find some of the stories easy to follow in a single
And
standalone
this one
comics.
here, yeah, number 11.
Yeah, the first one was a very interesting story I've never come across in comics before. It was about a man thinking about all his wives and how good he is with the final one. But one of the wives is trying to kill him, or is sending death threats, and he's not letting on which one it is.
Intriguing.
Yes, because if he lets on to his current wife, chances are she'll hunt the others down.
They're good things just to take at face value. You don't look for any sort of deeper meaning or anything to them. There's no deep, intertwined, philosophical thing behind it. It's literally just read
Just
the story.
life.
Yeah, read the story, take it as it is, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And I think that's what appeals. If nothing, there's nothing.
Does
wider,
anyone know
you know?
whether? I mean, I'm looking at you because maybe you may have read it in Spanish press, but do you know whether Central and South America took to this comic or not? Was it sold there? And if it was, did they take to it? Or
Don't really
to
know.
because it's kind of set.
When the first time I heard about Love and Rockets in Spain was through the news in comics scene and in I think it was in the DC prints in Spain at that time in the 80s, because they have a page with news from America, and that cover appeared. Love and Rockets. They were saying, "Oh, this is really big." It's it was already going on, but there was already that happening on. There's a lot of acclaim. This is new, very fresh, new artists, etc., etc. And then eventually came to Spain, but very sporadically
In Spanish.
in Spanish. And now I think the editions that we get is pretty much this sort of format.
Right.
I'm not sure who is the publisher in Spain, but it's that sort of idea.
Big books, yeah.
I believe that's how it comes. And Spain is known by a lot of people, but the problem of comics coming from United States to Spain is
Portrayed in Central and South America.
what you get. You essentially in the 80s, what you were getting is Marvel and DC. You wouldn't get anything else. And to get independent comics, like let's say, I don't know, Love and Rockets or anything from Robert Crumb, or just to say some of them, you get some stuff. Now you can get it available in the comic book shops.
Yeah.
You can get editions, you can get the original editions, you can get some Spanish editorials that do it, their own prints. But yeah, at that time it was difficult to get something like that.
Oh yeah.
So the impact that might have in Spain, I don't know. It's not the same. Originally it was published in English, and I'm not sure if it's been published in Spanish or not. And I don't know in other countries in Central America or South America if it's being taken or not.
Well, it's got the how to pronounce everything at the bottom as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that would. I don't know if they would sort of publish that like that.
No, they would change it. With the edition. They would just put as in the original, the Spanish in the original, or something like that.
For the gringos.
So they wouldn't change it.
Is this cover a parody of another famous cover or not?
No, I think that is just the famous cover.
That is the famous cover, yeah.
Yeah, and other things have ripped it off.
Right.
I want to say Guardians of the Galaxy has done something like that.
Yeah, I seem to recall.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy did something like that, kind of based on the film, but they based it on the Usual Suspects
Yeah.
poster film as well.
Oh, speaking of film, I might be thinking of something else, but I'm sure when I came across the Love and Rockets on Wikipedia, they were mentioning about the rights for a film for Love and Rockets.
Everything has a film these days, so that's
Let's not leave it out.
no surprise. Yeah.
I want to say that's a rumor has been going on for a while. Yeah, but it's never been to materialize. That possible film of Love and Rockets.
Yeah.
I don't know what
But they never quite decided which way they want to go.
I think the main writer, I'm not sure which one, at least one of the brothers is going to be the main film script writer. If it happens.
I would have said it would have been Gilbert, but that's just purely on the basis that he gets a lot of press,
Yeah,
especially these days.
But it would be,
It's his name that always seems to come up.
to make a more accessible film, you probably want to do something less wacky, less fantasies, and maybe something more based in a real story. Like I don't know, perhaps
They'll obviously have that.
the death of Speedy, which is quite sad one.
Yeah.
It's based on one of the characters. Sorry, spoiler alert. Dies. I don't know. There's a probably a more human, down to earth sort of
So then
story.
you take some of Heartbreak Suit. You could make a.
Yeah, you can
You
as
can
well.
make a.
Some of the stories with Luba as well, because it's a very strong woman.
You can make a more independent film on that. You know,
You could
that,
do it.
that could be a very.
The problem is it
Think
depends.
about
Is
that,
if
Oh,
they,
yeah.
if they want to make a film,
Absolutely, yeah.
and a company puts the money to make the film,
Two people went to pictures
Yeah.
see Doctor Strange.
they may want to get money back from it, or they want to have it in a way so they can get as much money as possible. Just the. It's always the.
It's always the thing. Yeah.
It's always the thing. But
Alley.
I don't know. As long as they are in control, Julian and Jaime, they are in control of the film or of the story. I think that's the main thing.
So am I saying that?
Then it's up to them. At the end of the day, it's their work.
Is anyone up to date with all the what's been published?
I've read some
I'm
of
as
them.
new as
I think
you
it's
are.
been a couple
Yeah,
of years
right.
since I've not bought the new one yet, and I don't think I got last year's book either. But I'm fairly up to date. I think I've got about 8 of the latest series. Although I missed number 4, and geez, try and get a hold of that.
Really?
Yeah, I went looking. I thought I'll buy number 4 now. When I went looking, and it was like $138 or something. I thought, what's going on with issue 4?
Yeah,
Yeah,
painful.
It is
so
painful.
I'll
Is
maybe
there some
wait.
kind of guest or some rare what?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Maybe it's one of the ones that Mario appears on. The third
Third brother.
brother. Yeah, it's maybe one of the very few that he's on.
Goldust.
Okay.
Yeah, possibly.
Jaime, Gilbert, and Mario.
It is just Gilbert. It's not like. It's not pronounced differently.
Well, if it's in Spanish, será Gilberto.
Gilberto.
Alberto.
Gilberto.
Maybe.
That would be or Beto.
Yeah.
No, maybe, yeah.
Feel
You'll find that Beto.
I always feel bad.
Gilberto.
Bastardising it.
Yeah.
With my simpleton English tongue.
No, I mean, regarding the languages, you are allowed to pronounce the word how you pronounce in your language. It'll be wrong, but from the original, but you're allowed to do that.
Oh yeah, just.
There's nothing wrong. Saying Jamie or Gilbert, you know, well, it's Gilberto or Jaime, well, you know.
I'm assuming the name Love and Rockets is kind of a combination of the fact that some of it is soap opera and some of it is sci-fi. So,
Yeah.
Got like that death.
Quite like Steve Ditko here and there.
There's
In the
things
beginning.
like that, yeah.
I was having a look through this again, and I thought it's quite a bit of Steve Ditko. With Gilbert.
In what way?
It does some of the figures and Some of the facial expressions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
Yeah, it's quite.
You always see
there's
different influences. You
there's
still
this
see the
guy-
Archie,
It's,
Betty and Veronica.
that's what I was going to say. This page is just like the Archie comics.
Yeah, you definitely see that influence as well,
That is the Carlo.
which is great.
The Carlo was one of the big artists, isn't it, from
Yeah,
Archie?
and the Carlo. Yeah.
So there's influence of that. Yeah, there's. I see a lot of Steve Root
Mm-hmm.
as well in some of the, especially the first of the Maggie the Mechanic. There's a lot of it. It reminds me of Steve Root.
Yeah, it is.
That's Hernandez.
Was he up and running by then?
But that's I don't
Steve
know.
Root?
Because he was doing
81?
Nexus. Was he doing Nexus at that time?
Yeah. Was he
For
a bit
First
after that,
Comics.
or-
Nexus.
Is this the first? Is this the first compilation?
Well, there'll be two. There'll
No.
be two first ones because both brothers have got, the
Why have
series.
they done that?
I
Why
feel
have
like
they
the-
separated
I
it?
feel like the first ones are.
Maybe it's better for
Maggie.
like book markets. They're used to a book with one author.
See, when I saw this guy,
I feel like the first ones.
I saw, Steve.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
This is one of these bodies from the
That's-
early Marvel ages appears in Hulk of the Avengers. Can't remember his name.
One
Had
is
a hypnotic
okay. Yeah.
power or something like that. But the hair, the face is the same. I
Red.
thought this looks like
Red
that.
Book.
That's a great image when he punches him in. The feet are like, woo,
What's the other one
straight up in
called?
the air.
Rocket.
Right.
It's really good. And I like that.
Would I be right in saying that the first one would probably be the green book, Maggie the Mechanic?
I never bought these collections. Is it not called Mechanics? The red one, first one.
Is it the red one that's?
I think
that
it
I'm
is
thinking?
the collection.
I
yeah.
thot the red one was just called
Are
Love
you-
and Rocket.
Are you
Let's look
keeping
it
that
up.
there because you're so pleased with it?
That's
No, I just
what
forgot to take off.
I do that sometimes. I do that when I come across a bargain.
No, because sometimes
That's the first one. Yeah, that's the first one.
Oh, is that? Yeah,
Maggie
Maggie and Mechanic. Yeah,
Mechanic,
Alright, I thought it was the green one. What's the
And
green one?
then
So that'll have the that issue in there.
Uh-huh.
So that's the first one.
yeah,
Okay. Oh, there you go.
and that's
I had my knowledge right in that.
and that's the,
There we go, the girl from
Mm.
Hoppers.
and that's the
that's
other.
it.
So those two are the first two.
Yeah, the girl from Hoppers is a good one. I like
And
that.
there's also
That's got all the wrestling and the bands and everything in it.
then you get Perla Loca,
Punk rock. I never read that one.
Perla Loca, and then
Oh, okay. In the third issue of Love and Rockets, Gilbert Hernandez abruptly jettisoned his Marvel and heavy metal influenced sci-fi yarns.
they get that one, and then it's that one.
No, Big Soup.
I bet you.
So this collection starts
I haven't
with
done all the
stuff from
rest
issue
yet.
3.
How many is there? What are they at? These Titan collections.
Of this,
Ooh, 13 of them.
yeah, something
If
like
the
that.
last,
That's
the
the
last
last
count.
13 for each author.
No, in total.
No, in
13
total.
in
Yeah,
total,
in
right.
total, yeah.
Well, how come there's an odd number? If there's one for
Pass.
both.
Because it'll be made up with one of them will have. Well, sorry, each of them will have like short stories and stuff that they've done as well, in amongst them. Because you see that throughout it. They've got like the main story, and then you'll suddenly just have like a 2-page thing, and
Right.
then it'll go into something else. You know. So that'll be what it is. It'll be
Are
because
they like little character fillers? Little stories that
No,
fill
because
in
they're
gaps,
still the same characters a lot of the time throughout it.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Do they like give little bits of history on that?
Oh,
I seem to recall that
No,
maybe with little short stories.
Depends. I mean,
Yeah,
not
some
really.
of them-
It's not like you have to read it because it tells you
Yeah.
about. It's just
a couple of the ones that I read were just daft.
Mm-hmm.
Daft stories. They were just wee things that they
Yeah.
just so happened to have the characters in. You know what I
Right.
mean? They could mean anything.
they're no, the thing about these comics, and you were mentioning that, it's not like they are, oh no, you would have to think about how the structure of the story because that represents it's not that complicated. Some of the stories are, they want to keep it raw, simple, and that's why they go direct. They don't want to make it over elaborate script with transcendental ways to how to read this, No, I mean it's a comic. It's a story.
It's not forced, is it? It's not that kind of forced cleverness, or it's just what it is.
It's just how it comes out. Yeah, but some of the stories are fantastic.
at the risk of sounding very pretentious, it's a very organic piece of writing.
Oh yeah, your mindfulness is tremendous. You must have an emotional agility to allow you to read that, man.
It's very organic.
Man, you're right. It's very organic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. It is exactly like you said, though. It is very much like soap opera based. It's just, it's meant to be easy reading. You read whatever story, you get what you get from it, and that's it. There's nothing else to it.
Oh my god. Are you having another one, you said?
Yeah.
That wasn't enough. Eh?
Oh my gosh! Oh my! You do like your tea.
Yeah, I do.
You're going to be peeing like a racehorse. Hi there. We'd like to take a second to thank everybody for listening so far to That Comic Smell. We really appreciate it. If you'd like to tell anybody about us or you'd like to find us on any other places, we are at SoundCloud at That Comic Smell. We're on iTunes, we're on YouTube. You can also get us on Twitter at That Comic Smell, and you can find us on Facebook now as well. There is a page, so give us a wee like, give us a follow, subscribe, and just keep listening. Thanks again, folks.
Oh dear.
Anyway.
Really swiftly.
Into this.
Mike was lovely enough to bring these along.
Devilish tea cakes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to make an assumption.
I don't know.
It's a tea cake with jam in the middle.
That's what I thought. But look at the picture.
Picture. So it might just be.
Maybe it's just a
tea
marker.
cakes. Tea cakes will be down.
We'll find out.
Certainly will.
I'll find out by munching it.
Munch away.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
Manufactured
something
January
doing
this
it
year.
all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a home?
Nice crunch.
Nice crunch.
Was it crunchy?
Mm-hmm.
Good texture.
Mm-hmm.
Marshmallow.
Mm-hmm.
It's not been in the fridge, so
Welcome to biscuit tasting.
I'm getting fruit.
David
You're
Roberts.
getting fruit.
I'm getting gold flakes.
You're getting golf as well.
Gravel.
Do you? Okay.
Silk.
Coarse aggregate.
Getting very organic there.
Yes.
I like this.
It's a very organic taste.
Oh yeah. Oh my. What are you getting there, Giuseppe? Yeah. Giuseppe says
I'm getting a sugar
Molto
roll.
buono. Bueno.
Right.
Dolce.
Dolce.
Nice.
Dolce.
So the devilish aspect is the wrapper.
Yeah,
giving me the urge to do that.
and they're devilishly good.
To do my
Origami.
Thunderbird. Oh.
Thunderbird.
Well, we've hit the we've hit that thing that always happens when we all like something.
Yeah.
Which is we all sit and go, yeah, it's really good. I like it. It's good. Yeah. Okay.
And now what?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Alan Moore.
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
Yeah. Well, I brought some things that
Good.
I was at Thought Bubble last week in
Cool.
Leeds.
Oh yeah.
So I picked up a bunch of self-published things,
Fantastic.
and I've not even read them yet. Really,
Did you manage to go into town to the comic shops at all?
I didn't. No,
Yeah.
I went into the library.
Did you
Because
see
they had
the giant skyscraper shaped like a Doctor Who's Dalek
No, I missed that.
in Leeds?
Oh yeah, I
Unofficially, it's
photographed
called
the hotel opposite that.
Oh,
It's called that. Yeah, it's called the Dalek. Yeah.
that. Yeah.
no, I never
It's in
saw that.
Holbeck. It's kind of, where the uni is, kind of up the hill.
Uh-huh.
Is that where Thought Bubble happens? Is it in the uni?
Thought Bubble's at the no, it's in the Royal Armouries.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh right, yeah. So
Area,
it's in
at
that
the top.
kind of area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
so it
is
was
that,
good fun. Yeah.
There we go.
So I just thought I'd bring along and show you guys
Yeah,
stuff I picked
totally.
up.
I forgot to add that into the email actually.
The Cleaner
Suggestion,
Man of
yeah.
Destiny. Fraser Geesin.
You're a man of destiny.
Actually, I bought that before. That's issue 3. He's He's a guy that cleans people's houses.
Who's that? Did you say?
Fraser. I'll let you see all the names and that when we're done. But
I came up with a comic
good.
character a while back called Janitor, who cleans up schools in the school.
well, have you
In a
drawn
sort
it
of
up yet?
superhero pose,
Yeah.
but wearing a janitor's outfit.
At all.
His arch nemesis was Blob of War, which is just like a bit of dirt, not too dirty, from the school toilets. It's like a blob
Sounds
with
good.
teeth and
Go for it.
eyeballs.
Yeah, go for it.
Janitor.
Just go for
Get
it.
it done.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
I like that janitor. I like it. Go for it.
Yeah, that,
Kind of
stuff.
yeah.
broadly
Really
based
kind
on
of
Manitarums
like the
from
Snowman.
He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
I say go for it.
Is it just
Well, yeah, it's called Island apparently. But that isn't
Phoenix.
immediately apparent from
Yep.
looking at that circle.
I
But
went with
actually, I made a point of going to look for her because I was in a book she put together, Sneaky Business, Rozi Hathaway. I thought I must go because I've never actually met her, but I was in her comics. So, and then when I was at her table and met her, this is her new one. It looks really nice colours on it. Nice, yeah.
that is
It's
good.
like the Snowman kind of.
Yeah, it's got that kind of vibe. So it looks really nice. I've not read it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like his one, the cleaner. Fraser Geesin. He's funny. Apparently he's a stand-up comedian as well. He does that for money as well. So he like cleans houses and does comics. Stand-up
Stand-up comedian.
Yeah, creative guy.
Well, it does actually clean.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what it's all about. He's cleaning people's houses, and it's what he's thinking while he's doing it, and
This is on the
all this
as
kind
well.
of stuff. Yeah,
These are guys,
that's
like
lovely. That
comedians.
one.
Yeah, that isn't it?
That's gorgeous.
Very.
So simple, but
And
just
there's someone who
Yeah.
now seems quite sane
speaks volumes.
compared to.
I'm really going for pretentiousm tonight.
Yeah.
Speaks
There's
volumes.
someone famous.
Yeah.
Henry the Hoover vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, always a favourite.
Yep. Oh, you're right. He's
Hurry!
there he is.
All right, Henry.
Hey.
Claws.
Claws.
Yeah, Island. I wouldn't have said that was Island, but
Well, I only knew from
the
inside
I
it
said
says
not back.
here
Island,
Island, a short story by Rozi Hathaway. But even the cardboard cover and everything's just a nice little package, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's well done.
It's lovely.
Yeah. So what else? I like this title. I don't believe in the sun. And I liked his expression. That's or not.
Right.
So I don't believe in the sun. Okay. And then when I just opened it, I just liked the style of the art.
Yeah.
And looking into it later on, based on a song, I Don't Believe in the Sun, by the Magnetic Fields. Anybody know that?
Mm.
So it's based on a song,
Who's that?
but that's nice as well.
Nice colouring in here.
Yeah. It's lovely.
Originally produced for the 69 Love Songs Illustrated project, howfuckingromantic.wordpress.com.
Yeah. I
Brilliant.
like it.
Stephen Merritt and Lem. It's a strange spelling of Stephen.
That looks
Stephen,
that looks good, isn't it?
but with an I.
What was this called again? Yeah, this one's Safe from Harm. Yeah. And this is John Adam. I know John. John's in Treehouse as well. But this is the first comic he's done on his own.
Ooh,
Is he
I
the
like
guy
his
that
stuff.
does
It's nice.
that kind of flat top character in the Treehouse comic?
The detective boy.
Yeah.
No,
No.
Oh, I thought that was.
no, that's Andy Herd.
Ah, right.
I've got his comic here as well. But this is John Adam. He did the one about the space bike. The guy was in space on his bike. I don't know if you read that. And the other big spaceship went past him and like knocked him out the way, sort of thing. And then he did the one about the spores. He was like washing the dishes, and
Yeah, it disappears into into the bubbles.
And this kind of reminded the design on the back here.
It's very nice.
That's the first comic he's done, so it's nice. Safe from harm.
See, speaking about Treehouse,
Yeah.
that offer thing that they had up.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know if they've still got it up or not.
Yeah, they should do. Yeah.
Any of the issues state your price or whatever.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
I know.
You get all of them for nothing.
Get them all free digital.
Yeah.
It's ludicrous.
I was going to give them something, but I'm poor, so I took them.
So you could have them.
I took them. Yeah, they're great.
Quite right, yeah.
Was it 9 of them or something? 7?
I think 10's about to go up now.
Yeah.
10,
So 9,
just,
yeah.
10 was just released at the Thought Level as well, so
That's incredible.
yeah. Yeah, we'd be millionaires if we weren't doing crazy stuff like that.
Just giving them away.
Hardly.
How does that go, by
Makes
the way?
sense,
That thought bubble?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. Star-wide, that Mike Mignola was there this year. That was good. Took along the old 80s Hulk comics for him to sign. You know, he did a run for about a year on there. He was dead nice, aye. There was loads of queues actually waiting to get stuff signed.
Do they charge?
No, he didn't.
No.
I think it's up to them if they charge or not, but he wasn't charging.
I went to the Comic Con in Glasgow a few weeks ago, the one by the Armadillo, and I got to meet Chris Barry and Hattie Hartridge, but they charged.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was sort of like the once in a lifetime thing, and I went there with one of my pals who was a big Red Dwarf fan as well.
Yeah.
So we both got signed autographs from him.
Nice.
I sat there and talked to him about Spitting Image though, because that's how he first became a big name. He had the voice of Ronald Reagan,
Yeah,
and,
did a lot
among
of
others.
Who did?
Chris Barry
Alright.
Who's
plays
the
Rimmer
Oh,
in
Rimmer,
Red
right,
Dwarf.
I always remember him from that not the hotel thing.
British Empire, was it?
Yeah, but
Leisure
not,
Centre.
not did he not do? Oh no, it was that? Yeah, it was that? Yeah, sorry, I'm getting it mixed up with something else. Yeah, that leisure centre thing. Yeah,
The Brits accent.
Yeah.
that was amazing.
I think his funniest role for me was, I mean, it was Rimmer, but there was also a character he played in Blackadder the Third. He played the French Revolutionary, extremely sadistic one.
Yeah,
Ah.
I was getting mixed up there with that and the thin blue line where Rowan Atkinson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this one beats. Nice cover.
Yeah, very
Anthology.
Was it an anthology thing?
That one, yeah, loads of different people. I'm not sure I recognised anybody that was in it, but it just looked nice.
Is that like one? Is the company one beat? They put it together.
I'm not sure. It'll be
It's
some
big on the front.
One
it has, like,
B
Team
Z.
OBZ. Julia and Sarah. Julia Shield. Sarah Broadhurst. Yeah, it just looked really good, so I bought it. A lot of these things, you know, you can't really go wrong.
No,
Just give
no.
them a try, you know.
That's all.
It looks so nice. So
So how much would something like this would be?
that one I think was like £2.
I think
These were
there's
all
a
like £2 or £3. These
comic
ones.
event at Aberdeen
Which is good.
University.
Aberdeen.
Aberdeen. Remember last year they had the burlesque?
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah, and this year, unfortunately for some folk, I think another group who are different have taken over the dancing.
Muscling in
Yep.
on a space there.
On a patch.
Yeah, it looks nice. It beats a lot of different people in there.
Yeah,
Good.
who's that? Strasbourg. That's
Yeah, that's
nice.
art, isn't it?
Yeah, as I
it's
say, I've
the
not
guy's
really had a
face
chance to
on the
look through these properly, but I'm looking forward to it.
This is like a history
The
lesson.
thing is, there's so much at Thought Level. You just go to every table, and they've all got something that you would quite like to have a read. I mean, some of them, you look, I don't want any of that. It's not your taste. But there's so much stuff. There was so much more I could have bought.
Who is that? That's too familiar. That's got to be somebody.
It says it at the front.
Does it?
I'm not going to be able to keep a straight face with that one.
That I went past and just saw the title Bumstorm, and I thought, what? And then I looked a bit more closely, and it was a story about farting. I thought, right, I'm buying it. It was almost like getting the money out, as soon as I.
You could have bought me a copy as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and then this one, yeah, Madness on Mars.
Sorry. I'm just doing this.
I'm going to read that one word for word. In fact, there is
I think that's the dog.
there is one here as well. On that humorous topic. Let's see.
What, in Love and Rockets?
Yeah. If I can. Here we go. Flatulence is a very popular subject.
Of course
Of
it
course
is.
it is.
It's the funniest thing
Kid.
ever, isn't
The kid. What's that? The kid stuff?
The phoenix is flown.
What's it? Bumstorm.
it? Bumstorm.
You've got to write this as well.
Comic about farting. Bumstorm.
And then this one was... This was a kid. This guy was like, I don't know, 12 or 13 or something. And he had his own stall. Joe Bamford, Madness on Mars.
What, drew it as well?
Yeah, he did all of it. Well, wait a minute. No, I think maybe writer Joe Bamford, artist Dr. Simple. It says here. So he wrote it and Dr. Simple drew it.
Madness on Mars.
But it's amazing, eh? What age was he? 12, 13?
The cover's amazing.
It's like a wee underground comic. I mean, look at that. That's right at the Beano. That's
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah, so I had to get that as well.
But on the nightmare,
Yeah.
It's the Beano, but in a nightmare, look.
David, am I
Yeah.
allowed to take a photo of this?
Of course, sure.
Okay.
I hope so, because I'm taking a photo of all of it.
There was an issue too as well of Bumford. Sorry, not Bum Storm.
I'm going to wait for the film.
Starring Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Starring Robert Downey Jr. and
And
Julia
Bob.
Roberts.
Under bombs.
Bumstorm.
And then I got these two from.
Let me see.
I'm going to kill this.
Oh,
pronunciation.
Oh, not yet. I'm just waiting for this to restart.
Zoo
Yeah.
Dominic.
Right.
Now Zoo's on the comics course at Dundee Uni as well.
Hmm.
So I know her, but she does really nice stuff.
Wow.
Amazing, and she's quite. This one, for instance, was a 24-hour thing, 24-hour comic. She sat and did all this, like just banged it out. You know, it was almost like it was effortless.
Was she in with you in the...
Yeah, she was there as well. I got to like 2:30 in the morning. She was like, "That's all my penciling done then," and I was like, "What?" and then it all got inked, and then there was time to go over it with a wash, you know, just to finish it. And then that was like 5 o'clock, and she was off. But her table, she's got so many different comics set up. This one I've got this was the new one, I think, Fear. Even the way she's done
Like
that's
that.
nice, isn't it?
That's really cool.
That's all about like a Glasgow underground sort of horror version. So really nice. Have a look at that as well.
Who've done that cover? That's just incredible.
That's
That
like
wasn't
the,
Dr. Simple, because Dr. Simple...
It looks like the Alan Moore. Remember he did a little underground type comic and it was like penises from outer space. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? You got it with Dodgem Logic and it looked like that.
That's like the witch or the elf from the Moomins.
Yeah, kinda.
Graham P. Manley. That's the cover for
P. Man.
P. Manley.
Graham P. Manley.
Incredible work ethic. So I'm sure she had like about 8 comics done, maybe more. And good stuff.
Great.
Yeah, lovely cover.
Really good.
And then I've got the collected Skip Toby Volume 1. Now this is from Andy Herd,
Yeah,
who is in Treehouse.
yeah, I see it now.
And this is a great book that he's
Oh yeah,
of
yeah.
all the
That's
Skip
yeah.
Toby stories in one book, and he's put an extra like adverts, Skip Toby action figure, puzzles and games,
Skip Toby action.
and it's all
figure.
it's all Andy's humour. You know, look, there are 10 coffee cups hidden in this picture. Can you find them
I
all?
remember that kind of thing.
Amazing.
Yeah, so a really nice book. It's got crosswords in it and letters page.
That is nice. Really like his
So
art.
that's good, yeah. So you can see the kind of thing that you can pick up when you go to the thought bubble.
Yeah.
And these are all people doing their own comics because they want to. None of this is like people working for a company
No.
or something.
A couple of I've heard thought will always be spoken about a lot by
Yeah.
a lot of different creators and whatnot.
That
Just never knew it was.
was. I'm hesitating because he was sitting deciding what price to put on it, and I can't remember what he settled on. I think it was a £5. £5. Nice book for £5.
That is good.
Skip
man.
Toby collection.
It is.
You ever read
That's
any?
really good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I couldn't resist that.
Yeah. Yeah. Dedicate it to you.
A little dedication. Yep.
Lovely.
It's heartwarming.
There's love.
Yeah.
That's my
yeah.
love,
I
yeah.
felt
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you should.
So that's it, guys. That was the Thought Bubble haul. I got some other back issues and stuff as well, but I didn't bother bringing them. Wait, looking at the back for yeah.
How could you do that?
She's kind of so tireless. She did that and then she was like, let's do it again next week. She's wanting to do 24-hour comics every week.
Susanna.
Yeah, it's Zoo.
This is really cool.
Susanna. Yeah, it's excellent
This is
book,
really
isn't it?
cool. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Skip Toby. He's a great character.
Everything. The whole edition of the
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
format,
Very well put together.
the cover, the back cover, the adverts. That's fantastic.
Guaranteed to maybe thrill and
or
excite.
Yeah, that is just little details, but
Mhm.
those details just make a difference. It's really good.
Even the bit about proudly published by Coleman and Spaff, in quotations, good books that are written good.
Yeah.
There you are.
There you go.
That's good. He's got a very good sense of humour.
Oh yeah.
I genuinely would buy a Skip Toby action figure
Mm.
with an
Yeah.
electronical razor. Do not misquote me when I say this film is completely and utterly no good. The Daily Bobby.
The Daily Bobby. Very good. Honestly, goodness.
Brilliant.
I went to see Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah.
I've seen it.
Did
How
you go
was
see
it?
it?
How was it? Was it
I
good?
really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go and see it.
I mean, I
haven't
don't
seen it yet.
like him much.
Yeah, you
The
don't
actor.
like Benedict Cumberbatch, do you?
No, but it made me want to go and read old Doctor Strange again.
Doctor Strange comics were good.
I've always liked him, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I checked I don't even have any. I
Really?
checked my inventory.
Oh
I
right.
don't have any. I thought I did have some old ones from when I was a kid, but
Yeah.
I have some recollection of me having considerably more comics
Mm.
than I not since I bought as an adult, but
Mhm.
from when I was a kid, that I think
Maybe you did have them.
got shifted on somewhere by
Yeah.
someone, and I think Doctor Strange's were in them.
Oh.
But yeah, I really
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed it. I thought it was done really good.
Like Dormammu's design.
Yeah, it was all really.
Oh, who's seen Doctor Strange here and who hasn't?
I haven't.
No.
You haven't seen it?
Not
I'm
gonna say.
not bothered about spoilers. I don't know about anybody else. Maybe.
I might have to leave the room.
No spoilers.
Yeah, I'm not too bothered by it, but at the same point,
Well, the
I am
film's
going to
worth
watch it.
seeing, so I'm not going to say anything.
Right.
Okay.
Just know that there's two things at the end of it.
Alright.
Yeah.
There's two little minis
Yeah.
Alright.
One halfway through the credits and the other at the very, very
Right
end.
at the end.
Okay.
Is it worth staying for them?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, they always are, aren't they? Because otherwise you'll just be wondering, won't you?
yeah.
I don't know, some of them
And
are
you'll-
bloody awful.
Yeah, but even the funny ones, it's it's just like it adds a little dot to the eye,
Yeah.
doesn't it? We went because it was nephew's birthday, so it was a treat for him.
Right.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have
Did he like
thought
it?
about going. Yeah,
Yeah.
they all really liked it.
Cool.
I'm still keeping that up then.
And they didn't
Still
know
family
about it.
friendly.
Yeah,
The
this one
whimsical
was.
wings of Wadum.
This one was better than.
Was it the hairy?
Yeah, there's.
Harry Host of Gogoth.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Not
I
sexy.
used to read all that and think, what's all this?
Crimson
But
Bands
there
of
are,
Sidorak.
Oh yeah, the criminals
There's a
and
bit
bad.
of-
Yeah.
Seriously.
So-
Waste of time.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Most of my Doctor Strange knowledge comes from the 1990s Spider-Man cartoon. In
Alright,
which
yeah.
Doctor Strange, Baron Mordo, Dormammu, and Wong, wonderfully named Wong,
Yeah.
are sort of like main characters. Just for a couple of episodes.
Mhm.
But even from those, you get the gist of their backgrounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you learn about them very quickly.
That was a good TV show for doing that. Very like summon people up pretty quickly.
Mhm.
It was good.
It's a pity they used so much library footage though, because towards the later episodes, they ended up taking bits from previous episodes, hoping that no one would notice.
Right.
And there's an awful scene when Spider-Man, he's beaten the Sinister Six, or the Insidious Six they've called them, and at the very end the six villains are arguing with the Kingpin who's arranged them. They're on their walkie-talkies. They argue in the middle of an alleyway. Then the next scene they're in the middle of a lab. As it flits about, then they're back in the alley, then they're in the lab. Because they just recycled footage.
Jeez.
What show is this one?
The 90s Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was.
Cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the 1990s. Not the Firestar and Iceman one, but the one that had a lot of computer segments.
I remember that one.
And that was one of my favourite ones. Firestar and Iceman.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first one was Spidey on his own. Then there was the Hulk, and then Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Yeah,
Spider-Man and his
every
amazing
Saturday
friends.
morning.
The first Spider-Man I remember was the Hanna-Barbera series. I remember that.
The one that's now got all the internet memes about it. All the like hiding behind the desk and everything. I'm just doing paperwork. Yes. All these kind of things. Yeah.
It's funny what you mentioned there about them reusing stuff later in the series. I was watching, well, I wasn't really watching it, but it was on the A-Team. It's on every day. And so I was sitting doing something else on the computer, and on it came, and Face was dressed up like a priest. You know, so you knew they were up to something. And they were sitting in a Jeep, and I thought, I've seen this one, you know. I've seen this before. So they're pretending it's a mosquito and all that on the back of B.A. Baracus, and then the star, and he's out. You know, they need to get him on a plane. And then in comes Murdoch on the plane, you know. So I'm thinking, yeah, I've seen all this. And they flew off in the plane, and everybody's shooting the guns and all that, you know. And I'm thinking, yeah, whatever. And then the plane crashed, and I thought, this didn't happen the last time. And so there was a whole storyline where they crashed in an unsafe environment. And I thought, I can't believe it. They've just, because I remember the first time I saw that opening bit, that had nothing to do with the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
So they escaped from there and got back and then got on with the story. But obviously they've just used the same opening and stuck it on later on. And I thought it's probably because they had a lot of good aerial photography and stuff. I thought, oh, we'll use this again, you know.
If you think that's something, there was a scene, they often talked about how hardly, although it's not true that there was never any deaths in the A-Team, there was hardly any deaths, and there's one scene that they recycled from James Bond film, where the villains are in it was either a plane or a helicopter, and it smashes against the mountain, and it wouldn't have smashed had Hannibal not done something to the plane somehow, and it crashes on the ground, it's in flames, and James Bond, the villains were killed instantly.
Right.
In the A-Team, the same footage, all of a sudden the three villains get out and just brush themselves out.
Oh, that was so, yeah.
I've seen that.
Well, it was like 5. Was it like 5 p.m. on a Saturday?
Yeah.
18, something like that.
I've seen that a couple of times in the A-Team where they've been like hurtling along and their vans come crashing off the side and rolled and burst into flames, and the guys come out and you just see them going, and you're like, how did you get out?
Next time.
How did you get out of that cab?
Contraptions.
Yeah.
made from things that just happen. It fires cabbages. It's able to defeat weapons. I remember there was one where they were in a barn and they built some kind of cabbage shooter. Cabbage.
I remember that one,
kind.
yes.
Even I was like, oh, come on. There's only 10 and I come on.
It's good.
I still loved it though.
Yeah.
I've got all the 18 figures in my attic.
I've heard.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there are different types though.
Get them on
Some
eBay.
are, they're keeping them precious to me. Those the ones that size, which were the
Yeah.
most common ones, and they all came with toolkits and weapons.
Mhm.
They're scattered all around my house, little black ones, plastic ones, and then there were mini ones about that size. They're the most fragile ones. They all broke, but I have the villains. There was a packet of 4 villains as well, sort of mirroring each hero. They lasted longer because they weren't sort of like the sort of really bendy figures that the heroes were. They were more sort of like stiff and stronger.
Limbs.
Yeah, that's it. That's the words I was looking for.
They were getting killed anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But I got
Can't play
the
with them so much.
The A-Team had a tank that the minifigures can fit in, so I had that, and the wee the Chevy van that you just pull back, let go, and it shoots forward. But the 2 biggest figures I have are 2 B. Barackuses. One, it's like he's got his denim dungarees on, he's got his toolkit, and then there's another one, identical except that he talks. So you pull the string and he says things like, Murdoch, you're crazy, or I'll pay the fool.
Yeah.
But then it says, then after that he says, always listen to your parents, and then study hard in school.
Right.
Like, 4 things he's saying, just like the Action Man figure. But he came with his tools as well, and they had enormous blue feather earrings.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
Aye.
I forgot that.
Aye, well, I still love them. Maybe one day we'll have an A-Team gathering, you know.
Yeah.
I think that Mr. T should say that those sentences the other way around, you know, always study hard and or listen to your parents and say, pity the fool.
Yeah. The thing is, I always sort of like, they came out randomly. You didn't sort of listen for one then the other. You always had to pull randomly. A lot of the time, the meaningful adult ones were the things that were on the most. You pull it for about 20 times to hear him shout out Murdoch. It's real lame.
Oh, so you kept voting I pity the fool and you kept saying, do your homework.
Yeah.
And you're like, no!
Yeah, study hard and
Stay in school! No!
But I missed out on meeting Mr. T by a couple of days. It was 1989 and went to Florida on holiday. It was about Halloween time, and it was inside one of the big shopping malls. They had this big sort of indoor kiosk, and it was like a Father Christmas thing when you meet Santa Claus. This was like a Halloween thing, but you met Mr. T, the real Mr. T.
Wow.
I missed him by about 2 days. Just to punish the people who didn't know about it, they had a big board saying Mr. T was here.
Mr. T was.
Yeah.
Just to rub in your nose and your face.
Yeah.
You miss it. You miss it. They got someone outside.
Here's what you could have seen.
The original Battlestar Galactica, they were well known for reusing stock footage.
Yeah.
Because it was really expensive for TV to do space
Oh, is that
special effects at the time.
is that
So
the
they
one
kept
with the star?
rehashing.
The star that you rescued single-handedly. He saved out Benedict's life. I was there to witness this. Don't worry, I wasn't going to say it all.
Okay.
I'm terrible at these
I
things.
said we'll leave it at that. We'll
I've still got the
leave them
photo.
wondering.
Right, okay. So you saved the face.
I wouldn't put it.
You're like the 5th A-Team member.
He's so modest
Wow.
as well.
Yeah.
The bulk.
Do you remember the 5th A-Team member? Amy.
So I've got the toy of Amy.
I thought it was a shame when Amy wasn't in it anymore.
Well, they
I missed
replaced her
Amy.
with a few.
Was she
few
like
girls?
She was like
HQ
the
or
reporter.
something?
She was a
No, she was
reporter,
with them.
and she was hanging out with them in the van.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Amy.
And the
oh,
figure has a very nice likeness as well.
Oh.
And the 6th member,
Alright.
George.
Boy, George was in it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wasn't in it. This award too.
Yeah.
What are you on about?
Yeah. Boy George appeared. Yeah.
So strange.
He was a guest,
Vaguely,
Yeah.
vaguely remember.
And one of them appeared with
As
Coulter
a-
Clark.
as a villain?
No.
He was being Boy George, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was being Boy
Yeah, he
George.
was playing himself.
So,
And it was
Yeah.
and there's woo!
Well, he's not this sick.
You can see
a
all the
proper
18
sick
sort of
man.
dancing.
I'm the 10th 18 member of the Waits going here.
I have no recollection of Amy.
How can we?
You can't remember Amy?
Get her on.
Oh my
get her on.
goodness.
It's because I've got the toy of Amy, that's how I remember her. But there were 3 lasses, I think.
I think they
I think
had
there was one before
after
her,
another.
and then one after her.
Amy was the first.
Was she?
Yeah. Because I remember Amy. I remember like, where's
18.
Amy?
Oh, man.
Like, where's Amy? She wasn't in it
Yeah.
anymore. I'm like, what's going on?
I think there was a dispute with the real life actress
Probably.
and the because I remember asking my parents how come Amy's not in it, and
Yeah.
they said they think she
Yeah,
had an
Amy.
argument with the makers. I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah, she was good. So there was a figure of Amy as well. And
Yeah.
You've got that as well.
Yeah, I've got that. It was the regular size one, but I don't know if they ever made a mini one.
Right.
So she hung round in the van and all.
It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, she was in the 80. There was 5 of them in the van.
I don't know if she was
Actually, the
romantically
other-
linked to any of
The
them.
other day she was in the house. She was in a house, and the bad guys were coming up, and they were like, "We're coming in to get you," right? And she was like, beat it. And of course they were crazy and were going to come in, but she went bonkers on them. It was like they went to open the door, and she got the coffee pot and flung it in his face. And he was like, "Oh, she's crazy!" And they were like, "We're coming in." She's like, "No, what are you going to do?" She went. Blew the flipping door. I thought, yes.
Could that be a clip? A dirty secret between Face and Amy. There's a song.
You're
There's
hoping
a
that's-
song.
there's a song.
There's a
Oh, it's
song.
only 31 seconds.
There is?
Hmm.
Oh, okay, maybe.
I thought I was pretty good.
You were fine.
Fine.
No, it's the song.
Yeah. Fine.
Ah, well.
Oh, she was there anyway.
Oh yeah.
That was the
That's
one.
the one,
She
yeah.
had just shot through the door at the guy.
Love the end scene.
I'm watching it again. It's so good. It's just really good fun.
Right.
And do you know what it is? Each character is so
Defined.
defined.
Yeah.
It's just you get it and you go, well, he's tough, he's mad, he's this, that.
He's a
And you
rogue.
just get it. And yeah, you can see why you just would have enjoyed it so much when you were a kid.
Was his name? What was the general's name in it?
Oh, there were a few generals.
No, the main
Hannibal
guy.
Smith.
Hannibal Smith.
Yeah.
That's the
Hannibal Smith,
that's
he's
the,
the boss.
one of the gang. I thought you were meaning like the generals that were
No,
always chasing them.
no, the head of the gang.
Hannibal Smith.
Hannibal
George
Smith.
Peppard.
George Peppard, yeah. Is he meant to be ex-Korea or ex-Vietnam or both? Or
I think
All
they're all
of them
Vietnam,
were
aren't
in
they?
Vietnam together.
is
Yeah.
that how it?
But
Even
Murdoch,
though BA must have been about 17 at the time.
Is that part
Yeah,
of
big
the
guy
credits? Is
ones.
that part of the credits? The
That's
opening
part of the
credits?
story, yeah.
Right.
but the story behind Murdoch is he was only going to be in the first episode. It was really, you know how at the beginning of each episode they talk about 3 men being wanted by the military.
Oh, did they?
Well, it was Murdoch was only in it for a cameo. Originally he was in it for a cameo in the first episode, but he was so good at it they decided to make him the unofficial fourth member.
There you go.
Nice.
I just want to put this on.
What's
This is the only kind of news that I've got because everything else I didn't really seem worth speaking about.
Is this the last Wolverine film?
Yeah, last Wolverine film. So let's check it out.
What did you do?
Charles, the world is not the same as it was. Humans,
Johnny Cash.
they're gone now.
They played this song at my cousin's funeral.
myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real.
That's not happening now, is it?
Beneath the
She's like you.
No.
of time,
No, that was saying, do you like this? Leave a like.
disappear.
She needs our help.
You are
Someone come along.
someone else.
Someone has to come along
I am still.
So is his power failing him a bit because he's old?
I think it's
He's
just because he's
scabs and
yeah.
things. Looks a bit miserable, doesn't it?
It's a bit dour.
It's a bit Logan being around farting.
But in all fairness, the X-Men films have exactly been extremely happy.
I'm a wee bit happy because I've heard my favourite X-Men villain will be in it.
Who's that?
Am I allowed to spoil it? Sinister. Mr.
him?
Sinister's
That
meant
big
to be.
purple
Yeah,
guy.
or Evil Colossus, as some people might say.
Aye.
But I've heard it could be a case where he's like Baron Zemo, where it's just you see him as a human,
Oh yeah.
not as what he's
Uh-huh.
famously known.
There you go. It just looked a bit more. Just looked a
Mr.
bit more
Sinister
brutal.
here.
Right.
Well, if you see the X-Men Apocalypse,
Oh.
the post-credit scene, at
Yeah,
the very end, there's like a suitcase.
with Essex.
Essex, which
Yeah.
is the surname of,
Emmanuel Essex.
Hate
which
to,
is
hate to burst
Mr.
your
Sinister.
hate to burst your bubble on that though. Apparently they've been talking that they might not follow that up and they might just reboot the entire thing altogether.
Oh, well, that's fair enough. I don't think it was that good.
No.
Anyway,
Reboot the entire what?
X series.
from all the X-Men films, that was the worst.
to this.
Even probably worse than the third one, which wasn't that great. But anyway. Right, I'm gonna have to shoot.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to On the Light and Train Spotting 2.
Trainspotting 2.
On the lighter note,
And Bad Santa 2. I saw that advertised when I went to the pictures to see
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like seeing you again.
Good to see you, Mike.
we don't do these comic readings often enough.
And then we'll be doing more often.
Good.
Everything with me.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, thanks again, Tom.
No, no worries.
I'm just.
Thinking the same. Close my eyes and I picture us together. I hope you know that I'll be waiting for you, my love, on this New York City coast.
If you'd like to contact us, send us an email at thatcomicsmell@gmail.com or at thatcomicsmell on Twitter. Thanks for listening.
On this New York City coast.